Every API call in your codebase repeats the same lines: attach a token, log it, handle the error. There's a pattern that removes it. Open any client codebase and you'll find the same handful of lines copied into dozens of places. Before a request goes out, someone adds an authorization header. After it comes back, someone checks the status code, decides whether to retry, and logs what happened. Multiply that by every API call, user profiles, orders, invoices, and you get the same boilerplate scattered across the entire application. Forget to copy it correctly in one spot and you've got a silent bug, a request going out without a token, or a server error nobody logged. The functions themselves are only a few lines each, but keeping them consistent by hand across a codebase that keeps growing is where things quietly break down. There has to be a way to write that logic once and have it apply everywhere automatically. An interceptor is a function that sits between your code and the network and runs automatically on every request or response that passes through without the call site knowing it's there. You don't call an interceptor directly. You register it once, and from then on, every outgoing request flows through it before it leaves, and every incoming response flows through it before your code ever sees it. Think of it as a checkpoint built into the pipeline itself, rather than a helper function you have to remember to call. The client making the request doesn't need any special knowledge, it just makes a normal request, and the interceptor does its work in the background. That single property, being automatic and invisible to the caller, is what separates an interceptor from an ordinary utility function. Picture the full path a request takes. Your application code calls something like getUser or postOrder. That call doesn't go straight to the network. It first passes through 0 or more request interceptors, each one allowed to read or modify it. Only after that does the request actually leave for the server. The response follows the same path in reverse. It comes back from the server, passes through 0 or more response interceptors, and only then reaches the code that originally made the call. Both directions are just points on a pipeline, wired in once, that every single request and response is forced to pass through. Nothing about your application code needs to change based on how many interceptors are attached or what they do. That's the whole point of putting the logic there instead of at the call site. Request interceptors run before a request leaves your application, and they typically handle three things. First, authentication, attaching a token or API key so every outgoing call is authorized, without every function that makes a request needing to know where that token comes from. Second, tracing, stamping a unique request ID or timestamp onto each call, so it can be followed through logs and across services later. Third, logging, recording what went out when and to where before anything can go wrong downstream. None of this logic lives inside getUser or postOrder anymore. It lives in one place, runs on every request automatically, and if the authentication method changes, there's exactly one function to update, not every call site across the codebase. Response interceptors run after a response arrives before your application code touches it. Their most common job is handling authorization failures. If a response comes back unauthorized, the interceptor can silently refresh the access token and retry the original request. Your code never even sees the failure happen. They also normalize responses, unwrapping a server's envelope format so every caller receives the same clean shape, and they centralize error logging, catching failures in one place instead of wrapping every single call in matching try-catch blocks. The result is that application code can assume happy path responses almost everywhere, because the messy, repetitive handling of failures has already been dealt with upstream, once, in the interceptor, instead of being re-implemented slightly differently in every function that happens to make a network call. Real systems rarely use just one interceptor, they chain several together, and the order they run in matters. Typical chain might attach authentication first, then add logging, then handle retries last, with each interceptor calling the next one in the sequence before the request actually goes out. Reverse that order and the behavior changes. Log before authentication runs, and you'll record a request that hasn't been authorized yet. Responses unwind back through the same chain in reverse, so a retry interceptor sees the raw failure before a logging interceptor ever gets to record it. This chaining is what makes interceptors composable. You can add a new cross-cutting concern like rate limit handling by inserting one more interceptor into the chain without touching the ones already there or any of the application code that triggers requests. You've almost certainly used interceptors already, even if you never called them that. Axios, the popular JavaScript HTTP client, has request and response interceptors built directly into its API. Angular's HTTP client uses the same idea through what it calls interceptors, chained via dependency injection. On the server side, Express and Coal call the same pattern middleware, functions that run on every incoming request before it reaches a root handler. gRPC has interceptors too for adding metadata like authentication tokens to every remote call. Different frameworks, different names, middleware, interceptors, filters, but the underlying idea is identical. A function guaranteed to run on every request or response, registered once, invisible to the code that triggers it. Once you recognize the pattern, you start seeing it in almost every networked system you touch. Interceptors aren't free. Because they run invisibly, they make control flow harder to trace. A request can be silently retried, modified, or redirected, and none of that shows up at the call site. Debugging gets harder too. A bug might live in an interceptor 3 layers removed from the function that actually seems to be failing. Order dependency is a real risk. A chain that works today can break silently if someone reorders interceptors during a refactor. And because the logic is centralized, a bug in one interceptor affects every single request in the system at once, not just one call site. Used well, interceptors remove huge amounts of duplication and keep cross-cutting concerns consistent. Used carelessly, they turn straightforward request logic into something you can no longer trace by reading the code that made the call. Thanks for watching.